Hey everybody, this is Andy Brown. I'm the head instructor at the Climer School of Real Estate in Orlando, Florida. I have an old friend and a special guest tonight that I want to ask a few questions to. I've got Torey Eisenman. She's the owner and broker of Benchmark Realty. That's in Longwood, correct?
Altamonte Springs.
Altamonte Springs. And I asked Torey to stop by when she has some time because Torey's got a lot of expertise, and apparently there's some changes in the foreclosure market that if you're watching this, you probably need to know about. And I was wondering, Torey, can you kind of tell my audience here what's going on in the foreclosure market these days?
Well, I think things have changed quite a bit over the last 5 years, Andy. And what we've seen is that a lot of people 5 years ago, they weren't afraid of foreclosure. They thought it was okay to just let their home foreclose, and they were advised actually by a lot of professionals that that's okay.
It was almost a business model.
It was. Walk away, nobody's ever going to come after you, you have nothing to worry about,
Right.
Just move on. I actually had an attorney tell me that with my own personal home that I needed a short sale, and I didn't listen to them, thank goodness. But there's many people that are being pursued right now for those deficiencies. So when those foreclosures took place, deficiency judgments were recorded in the respective counties.
Yeah.
And now there's people that are actually coming after collections for those monies.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really sad because obviously these people relied on professionals, most of them, and they thought when they were done, they were done. And a couple things that are really important, especially today. So the law changed recently.
When did it change?
About 1.5 years ago.
All right.
And what happened now is so long as the filings are in order, the foreclosure proceedings can be done in probably less than 6 months. Sometimes
Really?
even quicker, yes.
Wait, because it used to be 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Used to be 2, 3,
You're
4,
saying
5
6
years.
months now.
6 months now, because original notes don't always have to be there. People can, the lawyers can get that through the court system now where they couldn't before.
All right.
And people really need to consult with an attorney. They need to understand what's going to happen in the process. What's happened is Fannie Mae actually came back last year and started garnishing people's bank accounts.
You're kidding.
No.
Fannie Mae is garnishing people's bank accounts.
They have garnished funds from people's bank accounts. And I think one of the things that's really important for the consumer to understand is if you bank with a lending institution that actually holds or services your loan,
Right.
that they can actually go in and freeze your bank account. So if you are facing a hardship or have medical issues or something that's going to prevent you from making those mortgage payments, it's really, really important to consult with an attorney or your accountant, some professional to understand how they could actually freeze and garnish your funds.
Can they garnish your paycheck also and your wages?
If you are not head of household and you do not have children 18 years old or younger in your household, your payments can be garnished.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's really important to understand how that works.
All right. Now, I had a friend who told me he had his account frozen, and I thought he was making that up. Are they freezing accounts?
They can freeze accounts. I actually know somebody that had borrowed $10,000 from a family member because they were destitute financially, and they were banking with their lending institution that actually serviced their loan, and they froze and garnished those funds, and they could not get them back.
Wow, $10,000
$10,000
from the Fannie Mae Bank. All right, let me ask you something. You caught me by surprise. I'm glad we're doing this. I guarantee you that you're catching some people watching this by surprise. What should someone do if they're thinking about foreclosure or if they're in foreclosure?
Well, they need to get good legal counsel,
Okay.
and we are happy to help them, Andy. I mean, we have vetted out a lot of attorneys. We've got 3 or 4 that we're comfortable with, that we believe are going to do the right thing.
All right.
There's some law firms that will charge them funds and don't necessarily perform, and we've worked really hard to get a team of attorneys that we feel like we can trust. So we're happy to assist them with that, or if they have a family member that knows somebody that they trust, they really need to seek out and get good legal counsel.
Well, I know I trust you. I've known you for a long time. If there's anybody out there watching this who would like to call you, ask you a question, whatever, how can they get a hold of you? And do you mind if they call you?
No, not at all. Just give me a little bit of time to call you back.
All right.
But my cell number, Andy, is 407-230-6836.
All right.
So they're welcome to call me on my cell phone, and
Appreciate that.
either myself or a team member will get back with them to help them.
Torey, I appreciate that. And by the way, thanks so much for giving us some time and coming and doing this. Will you come back?
Absolutely, and I appreciate the time.
All right.
Thank you, Andy.
All right. Thanks, Torey.
Uh-huh.